I don't have anything exciting to say for like this intro. I honestly, like, I wish I did.
I mean, if we don't think of something, at the very least, we could use that. You know?
That, I mean,
Yeah.
we could absolutely just use this as the intro because.
Well, we could also just go, I moved my couch and I farted on my cats. Yeah, we could use that.
No, please don't. Just please don't ever. Like, just introduce the goddamn show, Derek.
Okay. We understand that you're not a sophisticate or an appreciator of comedy.
I'm not appreciative of fart jokes, you piece of shit. Just introduce the show.
It's curious how you called me a piece of shit right after saying that you didn't enjoy fart jokes.
I know. I'm just tactful. What can I say?
Or like...
No, stop. just stop.
All right. So welcome to episode 21 of Stuck in the Middle with You, a podcast where two guys take a look at a critically divisive film and see on what side of the consensus they fall on. My name is Derek Gade, and my partner in crime based in Miami, Florida is the one and only Juan Barquin. Say hi, Juan.
Hi.
Oh, and we had a hell of a movie to watch this week.
Hell of a movie.
Yeah, this was my pick because I wanted to push the boundaries of...
You done goofed.
Well, you know, when you're dealing with movies that are right split in the middle of critical reception, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. And I think it's safe to say that we lost this time, Juan.
Yeah, sounds about right, honestly.
Yeah, the movie in question that we watched was My Beautiful Girl, Marie, which is a 2002 film directed by Lee Sung-gang, a South Korean animator. Now, this is our first trip to South Korea. And
well, I mean, technically, it's our first trip on the podcast. Outside of it, we've seen plenty. Or not plenty, but I feel like we've seen a fair amount.
Seen a couple. But this is the first time that I've seen an animated film from South Korea. But before we start just lacing into this thing with, like, cast iron gloves, Juan, what the hell is My Beautiful Girl, Marie about?
I was about to say nothing, but,
Come now.
It's about, like... Okay, so the whole thing starts with, like, these two dudes who are best friends meeting up and talking and feeling, like, reminiscent of the past and, like, oh no. And then the whole movie just kind of dives into flashback mode. And it's all
most
about...
of the movie is a flashback.
Yeah, and it's all basically about, like, this kid more or less dealing with, like, the people in his life more or less not being... as with him as he wishes they were.
This kid is bummed out, man.
Yeah, like, I love movies about sad people. Like, sad people are my life. But, like, okay, so the whole movie is about Namwoo.
Namwoo.
He's this kid who finds out his best friend, Junho, is leaving to study in...
Seoul, baby.
In Seoul, yeah, that's right. I was like, I know it's somewhere. I just can't remember exactly where it is.
Family Feud, man. Name a city in South Korea.
Seoul.
Bingo. Number one answer. I think you're kind of burying the lead here, man, because this movie purports to be kind of a coming-of-age tale, a Bildungsroman, if you will, about this young man dealing with his friend moving away and his mom's new boyfriend and just generally being a sad sack over the course of an hour, 20 minutes. This is a short film. Yeah, but this movie is basically occasionally dips its toes into complete batshit fantastical surrealism.
But like,
because this movie is called My Beautiful Girl Marie. The Marie in question exists in a parallel universe or an alternate realm.
The thing is, like, okay, like I'm gonna have like a very
really
big angry discussion about this parallel universe.
Let me finish.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So, apparently, the only way that you can access this parallel universe is if you have a special marble, and you go to this derelict lighthouse. Okay.
And yet you can end up when you leave it anywhere else. Because they never specify how you get out of it.
I think you go out of it when you wake up, because I think the alternate universe operates on dream logic.
Ugh.
But they don't ever say, this is how you go in, but we don't know how you get out. I think you just get out when the universe feels like kicking you out. But that's the least of this movie's problems.
How frustrating.
So, so you were saying just now that you wanted to go on an angry rant about this parallel universe?
About the logistics of it. Like, it
Wait.
frustrates me that, like, and then, like, at one point, everybody goes into the universe, but,
Yeah,
like,
that's
not
true.
everybody can have the marble. Like, and then, like, it was just, like, this, like, giant surge of, like, energy, and it frustrates me because, like, so many other anime movies take so much care and interest in figuring out how to explain the blending of parallel universes, and like even look at like fucking like the Digimon movies, like there's a very set reason why the digital world and the real world mix together and stuff, and like this is not that. This just doesn't give a shit. This is just like, I don't fucking care. Anybody can come into this because there was a big fucking purple ring flying everywhere. And so now everybody knows this boy's having sad feels.
Purple ring.
No, don't you bring Prince into this. Don't you
Come
dare
on, we
bring
gotta
Prince
liven this up a
into
little bit. I want to point out, though, that this is not the
Prince
first
doesn't
episode.
deserve this.
I want to point out, though, that this is not the first episode where you bitch and moan about the logistics of fantastical elements, because we've had the same discussion in our Chopping Mall episode.
Okay, Chopping Mall is a very different story.
Also, if anyone is keeping score, I think it's safe to say that both Juan and myself think that Chopping Mall is a better film than My Beautiful Girl Marie.
Yeah, fair point. Yes, it is.
But how is Chopping Mall different? Because the idea is that you were, I think at this during the Chopping Mall episode, you were nitpicking at the robot's skill set or abilities.
Because there were too much. There were too, like, how can you do some things but not other things? It was.
And I'm going to answer you now the same thing I answered you then. Who the fuck cares?
I care. I care. I'm being a pedantic piece of shit.
Disappointing.
Look who's talking, Mister. Whatever. I'm not gonna start bringing up past episodes like you do, because you're mean.
Are you talking about Annie? Are you talking about Antichrist? Are you talking about
Everything.
Sex City? Are you just talking about me talking about politics?
Tomorrowland.
No, this movie was pretty apolitical as far as that's concerned.
Exactly.
But I'm more concerned about. So the gist of the film is basically this kid dealing with these problems. My main complaint against the film is that the screenplay is like 17 kinds of fractured, and not in ways that would make it like formally interesting. It's just lazy writing, because there's like 17 plot threads that don't really go anywhere. There's that young girl in the two dudes' class that may or may not have a crush on them, or they may or may not have a crush on them.
Like, that was like,
that's one.
Did she or didn't she?
I don't know.
She was
the movie
pointless. She was fucking pointless.
I mean, the mom's boyfriend, who seems like a perfectly decent dude.
The mom's boyfriend was a pretty cool fucking dude. Like, and also, everything about him was very nice. He let some dude half sleep on him on like the bus, like not the bus, the like.
It was a bus.
Yeah, it was a bus. Okay, but like that's pretty decent.
And also, it's in the scenes with that guy that we see that our kid Namu was a complete piece of shit. Complete and total asshole who doesn't deserve the fantasia that presents itself to him.
And like, okay, so whatever. So when he goes off into this fucking universe, there is a
furry, basically.
A furry.
It's this young girl who
furry.
Here's the thing. I thought that she was the sort of parallel universe answer to the other girl in
that's what I was
real world.
Hoping
and that's not the case.
It isn't at all. She's just some random girl who doesn't speak, who's covered in flies to be white fur, and has this giant never-ending story dog that she travels on. Yeah.
Also,
absolutely.
This movie rips off the never-ending story so bad.
It does.
And it rips off Studio Ghibli's greatest hits so bad.
Okay, so the first time he meets this girl and the second time he meets this girl, both fucking times, he is in danger of either like falling, and she just grabs him and she flies with him. And like, this movie came out 1 year after Spirited Away, but that is literally like the fucking scene from Spirited Away
And you were telling me you were texting me saying that this score is basically Joe Hisaishi adjacent.
No. In fairness, some of the pieces of music are perfectly fine and they stand alone very nicely. But some of the pieces are pure Joe Hisaishi. Like, ripped. The scene where it's basically like Chihiro and Haku flying through the air beautifully,
Right.
like holding hands and shit. That's like that piece of music is just like, it's not the same piece of music, but it's very
It's close enough.
derivative of it. Like, it's embarrassingly so. It's so frustrating and just like at least if the animation supported
Oh, the
the
animation
fact
is
that
so
it was
bad. I felt
stealing.
so bad watching this. It looked like a demo reel. It looked like
Yes.
someone took like a 2-year community college course in digital animation,
Yeah.
and this was like this was where their take on this is their version of a Studio Ghibli film. They were
I think like
they were mainlining like Spirited Away and Totoro and Princess Mononoke and everything, and just here's my version of that, except it's set in Korea, and it looks like this really weird mishmash of Roger Dean album covers and rotoscoped props because all the things look real, but all the people look animated. And
exactly.
it looks exactly like, I don't know if you've seen this TV show because you're in America, but to any Canadian listeners out there, you guys have seen 16 before, right? That's six, the number six, Teen. Like, you've seen this show before, right? It looks exactly like that, the character models. Now, Juan, I want you to do me a
Oh my
favor
god. Oh my
and
god, they
Google
do.
and Google the
No,
show.
no, because at the very least, the people in 16 look distinct.
I mean, yeah, everyone kind of looks like a Muppet. Like I want a Muppet, but I don't want any like defining characteristics. I just want a plain Muppet.
Yeah, yeah. If you just got a very plain Muppet, that's exactly what they'd look like.
I also, this is a bit more of an obscure reference, but when I first saw it, I thought, you remember those Law for Kids comics? That meme that was big a few years ago,
I
where
think I know exactly what you're talking
I
about.
think it's like some
Oh my god.
yeah, right.
Oh my god. You're awful. You're
I'm awful, but am I correct?
no, not that far. That's
Like here, okay, I want everyone
like
to do.
in
I want
part, I
I want
almost
I
want to
want
agree.
I want
Like,
everyone in the audience to do like a thought exercise. I want you in your head to synthesize those Law 4 Kids meme comics, the TV show 16, rotoscoping, and the cover to Asia's 1983 album Alpha. Okay? And I want you to just sort of mix all of those together, and you have a pretty good idea of what the stylistic palette of My Beautiful Girl Marie is.
honestly, yeah, that's a pretty solid thing.
And it's My Beautiful Girl Marie. She doesn't do anything. She's an
She
apparition.
doesn't.
She
See,
shows up
like
twice in the movie.
earlier to Derek, I joked like, "Oh, she's like my manic, beautiful, fur-bodied girl," but like,
If
she
only.
doesn't like. If only she had the amount of personality that like a magic pixie dream girl requires.
I actually want to pitch my alternate version of this movie, or an alternate version of this movie.
Okay, you go ahead and pitch your alternate version, then I'll pitch my alternate version.
It's okay. The bones are the same. It's these kids. Okay, first of all, we cut the beginning and end. We don't need them as adults. Okay.
Hmm.
The frame story is kind of useless. It's these two kids, these two loser tweens, happen upon a magic portal in a derelict lighthouse during their summer vacation, and they go into there as friends, and they have kind of like they meet this lady creature, and one of them falls in love with like this weird furry Nell Angel type person, and there's conflict, and there's fantasy, and there's actual danger and stakes and stuff. And I want an epilogue. And this is like a pet peeve of mine, where people in these kinds of movies, they discover like an alternate universe, or they have this life-altering experience where they discover a parallel universe, or aliens exist, or
Hmm.
some fantastical thing. And never have I seen a single one of them that deals with how you would deal with the knowledge that this exists, and you're of one of like two or three or however many people that have experienced this.
Hmm.
And there's this movie called Welcome to the Space Show, which I saw not too long ago. I
Yeah.
had that same reservation, but I feel like that movie is a much better version of this movie.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not changed that much, but you stay in this sort of weird Roger Dean universe, and you have like it's not going to be a love triangle because these kids are like 12.
Exactly. Okay, so see, my movie would have been different. It would have potentially, no, not even had a love triangle. No, I see. Like, okay, when the movie started, you and I talked about this in passing for a few seconds, but
I
when the
totally
movie
thought
started,
these two guys were
two,
gay.
yes, I absolutely thought this was going to be a movie about these two young men who like are essentially like dated at some point when they were younger, in like a trying moment of their lives, and then they had to separate. And, like, this magical world was going to be some kind of fucking metaphor for, like, I don't want to say, like, a metaphor for sex, but a metaphor for the happiness they felt being together.
Maybe just a metaphor of like for like the discovery of, oh, perhaps I'm gay.
Yes, exactly. The discovery of, like, this is what love feels like. I'm gay. Ha, like, look at me. And, like, no. Nothing about
Nope.
it is in... I mean, I should have known better with the title, like, My Beautiful Girl Marie, first of all. But, like...
Marie could have stood in for like a million things, and they do sweet fuck all with the character.
Nothing.
Not a
Absolutely
goddamn
nothing.
thing.
And like a lot of the background animation in like these surreal moments felt a lot like surreal films of the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, but like
But without like the poetry or
exactly,
or
there's
the politi-
nothing
or the
to
political heft of
it.
what that would imply,
Exactly.
right?
And like it's disappointing. It's so
very
disappointing to me to see this movie so lacking of anything interesting. The characters are as flat as they look. Like
Like
it's sad.
I mean, there's a case to be made about this kind of movie. I mean, there's this whole. Okay, I'm going to sort of make a lateral move from movies to video games here.
Okay,
But
fair.
there's like a life simulator, slow life game parallel to be made with this particular style of movie that I don't think it engage. Like, there is a version of this that could be a Persona game, right?
I don't know. I've never played Persona, in fairness. I've always wanted to.
There's a version of this where you have these kids going to school and having these relationships and whatever, and existing in this weird Yes Relayer album cover alternate reality with furry literal furry girls and giant dogs and fucking vine plants from Super Mario Brothers existing everywhere. But
Yeah.
it was not to be.
It wasn't at all.
I think, like, I don't know, I'm trying to, like, think of how this movie was conceived, and it's like, I don't know what came first, like, the story or the surreal stuff. Probably the surreal stuff, because it's more of, like, a showcase for an animator's talents. And the animation works better when they're in there, because there's just more stuff to do.
Exactly, but at the same time...
But the second the movie goes back into the real world, it falls flat. I mean, you know the scene towards the end where they're on the fishing boat and it's about to capsize and they're trying to get to shore, but the lighthouse is out?
Yes.
That scene is like worse than the scene with the boat during a storm from Anastasia.
Oh my god, yes.
And Anastasia was made in 1997, okay?
Exactly.
Like, I don't know what kind of budget these guys were working with, but you gotta play to your strengths, man.
And they did not, clearly.
They did not. I mean, I hate ragging on this kind of movie because this is probably a lower budget film. This is probably they probably had a small team. This is like,
but at the same time,
the
like,
thing with low budget animation. The thing with low budget
you
animation,
have to know your limitations.
which is why Don Hertzfeldt is like a
genius,
like a golden beacon, right? I mean, it's just stick figures and camera tricks, but it works wonders, right?
But it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. That's why it works. And not to mention, his stories have emotional narratives.
Emotional heft, yeah.
Yes. Like, I mean, World of Tomorrow fucking, like, that movie did a number on me. I saw it alone in a pitch black movie theater and just, I
wept like a goddamn baby.
I didn't weep like a goddamn baby, but it got some tears out of me. I didn't expect to be that emotionally hurt by it. It's a lot. Like, it makes you long for a completely just whatever. You should watch it sometime soon. It's only fucking like 14.
I think it's like 15 minutes long. Anyway.
17 minutes. It's a beautiful, beautiful movie. I just whatever.
So
Anyway, Don
we've been
Hertzfeldt is fantastic. I'm just gonna.
so we were talking about Studio Ghibli just now.
hmm
Now there are parts of this movie, like superficially, this movie tried to be like a Ghibli film with the backgrounds and the music and
Everything.
the sort of small stakes of the plot. So what makes a Ghibli film click that this movie lacked?
What doesn't make a Ghibli movie click? I mean, like everything. Although, in fairness, like there have been a couple of not great ones, but everything, like the animation, the narratives, like there's such a genuine care to crafting something beautiful on paper and in motion. Like it's just.
Yeah, I was gonna say production design, but I think it's more art direction in this case because it's animated.
Yeah, but like at the same time, like just there is a care to the narratives. Like Ghibli cares as much about their stories as they do their art, and usually they tend to match each other perfectly. Like
I want to
that's the thing.
posit that you have a movie like My Neighbor Totoro, whose story is just let's go. They're vignettes. It's not really a
Yes,
3-act structure. It's just shit happens,
exactly,
and which is like this. Like Totoro has less of a plot than this other movie has. The difference is how you handle your material.
and how you handle your characters.
Yes, this is true. It's not that these characters were ill conceived because they're tropes. I mean, you've got the young kid, you've got the best friend, you've got the sort of tomboyish girl they may or may not be infatuated with. You've got this weird alternate universe. These are all things that have worked in movies before.
The mom with the boyfriend, the
The
son
mom with the
jealous of
boyfriend.
the mom. Yeah, like like there's a lot.
I mean, there's just so many ways in which this movie could have been so much better. This movie could have been like The Iron Giant. It could have been
The Iron
like
Giant.
it could have been the Never-Ending Story. You know, I mean.
It could have been anything.
But no, instead it's just this like sort of wet blanket mishmash of all those things.
More or less.
Ah, my God.
Whatever. Anyway.
I think we should probably do like a small salvage job with this. What was something other than the music cues that you liked about this film?
Certain portions of the animation, like I said, like there were a couple of moments of just like, oh, the potential of being good. But then it would drop the ball on that. I like the opening song.
That animation though went on forever.
I know, but like in fairness, a lot of anime movies have that same issue. Although I don't think it's necessarily an issue.
Like here's the thing:
Someone else.
if that intro would have been made with like cardboard instead of like flash animation, I would have been like, "Whoa, what a masterful use of craft!" But
Fair point,
you're
but
misusing the tools.
I mean, somebody that the intro reminded me of in particular, and just like the sort of longing feeling of like wishing things were different in another time or whatever. It reminded me a little bit of another filmmaker we both like, Makoto Shinkai.
Makoto fucking Shinkai, the greatest. Well, not the greatest, but pretty good.
Yeah, pretty damn good when he wants to be. In fairness, I haven't seen all of his movies, but like this one made me think of
Now that
like
I think
5
about it.
centimeters per second a little bit.
I haven't seen 5 centimeters per second, but I gotta say that
It's not necessarily in story or anything, just like the whole like
the scenes
just
that
longing,
the
just
scene-
longing.
the scenes that bookend the movie with the adults feel like such a gigantic ripoff of The Place Promised in our early days.
Does it?
The scenes that bookend this movie feel like a ripoff of the middle of The Place Promised in our early days.
I mean, the opening song reminded me a little bit about like, like the very long song in the Garden of Words, and like it's just showing more or less like buildings and locations.
Here's the thing, though, but I'd like to
But
point
Garden
out
of Words is gorgeous. That's the difference.
Garden of Words is very lush, but I'd like to point out even like in the beginning with Voices of a Distant Star, that movie was made by one man on a computer.
Yeah, and it looks gorgeous. And
it
that
looks-
movie was
it
made in
looks dope.
2002.
Yeah, here's the thing though. The faces in that movie kind of look weird in Voices of a Distant Star, but the atmosphere is lush and the ideas are strong.
Exactly.
Neither of which
in
is the
fairness,
case
I haven't
here.
seen it, but like I would assume it is.
But that's not the case here. The ideas are half-baked, as we've discussed earlier, and the atmosphere is just nil.
Yeah, pretty much. There's nothing. There's nothing special about it. That's the problem.
I didn't.
And it's not even that it's like that bad of a movie. It's just
it's
just bland.
It's wholly unremarkable.
Exactly. Like I will forget about this movie entirely.
Well, I won't because we will have had this spirited discussion about it.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll forget about it eventually, though. Let's be real.
Man, I didn't start this pod thinking that we were gonna like out and out bury this movie, but Jesus Christ.
It happens, man. You never think you're gonna bury a movie, or you never think you're gonna love a movie, but you know.
That's a chance you take, I guess, when you watch movies with a 50% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yup.
Oh,
anyway,
God.
So what's your final decision on this movie?
I solemnly and irrelevant to the plot select Rotten.
Yeah, same here.
This movie could have been a contender, man. There are 17 or 18 different ways it could have gone to be better. And I'm not even saying just because the animation's kind of wonky. I'd like to point out that like the physics in this universe are weird. Like there's a cat character named Yo in the film who does like these impossible jumps.
I'm sorry. I'm very bitter that you called him Yo because his name is not Yo, it's you.
Well, you know, I mean, it's Yo in the subtitles, so.
But it's you. You should say it right. And every single time that this cat pops up, I literally have, I'm pretty confident he said the name of the cat more often than he said Marie's name.
The cat is animated like it was on fucking South Park.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so multiple times throughout this, they would do a close up on somebody's face, and I genuinely thought they were straight out of South Park. Like it was really depressing.
Oh my god. But yeah, there was a sequence in like a public bath where the kids jumped in. When the kids jumped in, did like a cannonball, and the wave of the cannonball just knocks out a dude completely. Like the wave was made out of concrete.
It was so ugly.
The detection physics in this movie are fucking weird.
Are awful. The cat hanging out of on the fucking like drywall and just it like breaking off just slightly and the cat falling over and then like a giant fucking 2x4 falling on the cat and it's still being perfectly fine.
It's still fine, but here's the thing though. It's a 2x4. A cat survives getting hit by a 2x4 that falls over, but it sounded like it was crushed by an anvil.
I know.
There's just so many small bad decisions taken in this film.
So yeah, it's rotten.
Yay. No, not yay. Let's not. No.
Whatever.
I mean, will. Oh, God. Anyways, but I will say this, though. Director Lee Sung-gang has one other credit, that may or may not be interesting. The movie is called Yobi the Five-Tailed Fox. It came out 5 years later. Okay. And it's based on a Korean folktale. And here's the first paragraph of the Wikipedia plot summary. 100 years ago, aliens landed on a mountain near where a small white five-tailed fox lived. After being stranded on Earth for 100 years, they are ready for a test flight to see if they can return home. The test fails as one of the aliens makes a mistake and the other aliens tell him to leave.
Interesting.
The runaway alien finds itself taken in by a class of students at the foot of the mountain. There, a teacher named Kang trains students who do not fit in at a regular school. In order to save the alien, the five-tailed fox takes on the form of a human girl and joins the school under the name of Yobi. And this is like sort of a Little Mermaid riff, I think.
I guess.
Because it goes on like, you know, there's this kid and they fall in love. And I mean, it sounds more interesting than this. It looks different. It looks like some money was put into it.
Yeah, but I'm not going to watch it anytime soon, so.
Maybe if someone sort of twists my arm, but I don't know. Exactly. Not otherwise. But it's recommendation time.
Yes, it is. Who goes first again?
My pick, your movie first.
All right, cool. My pick is another 2002 animated film that I like a whole lot more. It's actually one of my favorite Disney animated movies, and it is Lilo and Stitch.
I thought you were going to say the computer wore tennis shoes.
Yeah, clearly. That wasn't animated, you shit. Anyway, it is Dean DeBlois and Chris Sanders' movie. You should probably know them from How to Train Your Dragon and its sequel. But they first made Lilo and Stitch, and I love Lilo and Stitch. I think it's a great, great movie. It's really cute, really sweet.
I don't
Just
think I
about a
ever
girl and
finished
her
this.
alien, and just a lot of cool sisterhood and whatnot. It's a really sweet fucking movie. I really want to rewatch it now, just out of funsies.
I don't think I've ever finished Lilo and Stitch. I remember watching
Why?
part of it. I don't know. I mean, this is 2002, so I was like 10. Or no, I wasn't 10. I was 12. God damn it, I was 14.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, you can't have been 10 because
I was 14.
you're older than me.
I know,
I've seen it
I don't
like
know.
multiple times though.
I'm sure I've seen like most of it, but I mean, if I were to rewatch it, I would count it as a new film because it's been ages.
That worked. I mean, you should watch it. I think you would probably
No,
enjoy
I'd probably
it
like
a
it.
lot.
My recommendation is not as wholesome as
No, it's not. Not at all. Not even close.
No, the movie that I'm going to recommend, the link is the actor who plays the adult version of our protagonist Nam Woo is one Lee Byung-hun, who you might recognize from Red 2, but I'm not recommending Red 2.
Red fucking 2, you piece of shit.
Yep. I'm going to recommend I Saw the Devil, the Kim Ji-woon film released in 2010 that also stars Choi Min-sik alongside Lee Byung-hun. It's, well, you know this movie. It's one of those sort of twisted revenge jams from Korea that you've heard so much about. It's so violent and nasty that it almost becomes funny.
At times,
it is
yes.
just so just dastardly and icky and just wrong that it almost becomes like a sick joke.
More or less, yeah.
But you've got a couple of solid lead performances, and this is just thoroughly nasty, dark movie.
It's a lot of fucked up shit going on.
So naturally, I like it.
Yeah, me too.
But if you're sensitive to,
violence.
Well, not just violence, but like, violent sex and people getting their Achilles tendons ripped out with a surgical knife, maybe not watch this movie.
Yeah.
So, two very different recommendations this time around.
Very much so, but I'm glad they both happened.
At least we got one for the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
So for episode 22, what are we watching, man?
Well, personally, I haven't seen this movie in like forever. I don't remember how I felt about it either. I feel like I enjoyed it, but maybe I'm fucking crazy. And it is a movie by someone who made a horror movie that I adore, which is The Descent, and that is Neil Marshall.
Neil Marshall.
Yeah, which you haven't even seen that movie. So,
I haven't. I should.
You're awful. Yeah. We'll go into your awfulness further next time. But assuming you don't watch it magically within the next, week and a half, 2 weeks.
Well, it's on the big board, we'll put it that way. Also, I'd like to point out that this episode has been very, very light on the you insulting me.
I know, it's so nice. Because we were too busy insulting the movie. Anyway, I am picking 2008's Doomsday.
Doomsday. I have no idea what the hell this movie is, so color me surprised.
Good, I'm glad. I don't even want to talk about it. It's like a post-apocalyptic flick.
Like Mad Max Fury Road?
Somewhat, yes. Actually, it's one of the movies that people say it rips off. So, whatever. We'll see.
I'm always up
Fury
for
Road, rather, just Mad Max in general.
Yeah, I'm always up for a Mad Max ripoff, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Plug time.
I'll let you do your job.
All right. If you're interested in our long-form film criticism, you can head on over to dimthehouselights.com. There you'll find everything that I've written, everything Juan has written, and everything our collaborators have written for us. Collaborators that include Michelle Arf, Chris Mello, Ross Burks, and Carl Harris. If you're interested in this show specifically, our homepage is at sitmwypodcast.tumblr.com. There you'll find links to our iTunes page, our RSS feed, and also our respective Twitter accounts and letterbox pages. I'm on both of those places at Derek_G, and Juan is at both of those places, that is Twitter and letterbox, at Whoa It's Juanito. That's WOAH, it's Juanito, all in one word. You can find Juan's work at Miami New Times, and you can find my work at MontrealSchlockCity.com. Also, come on, man, give us some reviews, give us some ratings, man. Come on.
Yeah, please do. Tell us what you think.
I know like at
Make
least
some
three of you.
suggestions.
I know at least like 3 of you listen to this, so
It'd be nice to get some stuff.
like my numbers tell me that there's on a good week we get 50 people. So if all of those 50 people like write us a review on iTunes, then we'll suddenly magically show up in the rankings, which
Oh my
then
god,
gets more
that'd be
people.
great. And then
That-
we could get a book deal, and that would
A
lead
book deal.
to a TV show deal, and that would lead to a lot of things.
Who would you
Preferably a talk show.
But that's it for this week, for this 2-week period anyways. And we hope to not take 3 weeks with this next episode. And in keeping with that, see you in 2 weeks.
Yep. Bye.